Welcome back to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba, and we've got Harper Tucker of Forbes Books on the show with us today. Harper, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Michael. Really excited to be here and talk with your listeners.
All right, I'm glad you're here. Give us some background of who you are, and then I want to get into how Forbes Books is just disrupting the entire publishing industry.
Happy to do that. I am the chair for Forbes Books, the finance, legal, and real estate industry. So I specialize in working with innovators, thought leaders in that space to really help build their authority and credibility through our platform.
Okay. All right. I got it. Now everybody has it. Forbes Books is innovating the entire publishing industry, and you're taking the industry and personal branding industry by storm. So how are you doing it? What are you doing that we can all learn from you on this process?
Yeah, absolutely. So, traditionally the publishing industry has been very focused on one major goal, which is selling copies, right?
Yep.
Basically from the printing press, it's get the book out, sell as many copies as you possibly can. One of our mentors many, many ages ago said one of the best ways to build trust and an affinity with clients and potential clients is to build trust. And whether it's right or wrong in our society, professionally published authors are perceived as experts. So we're taking that idea and really the adage of people buy people, not products or services.
Right.
So the innovative way that Forbes is using that platform is they're taking thought leaders, entrepreneurs, CEOs that are doing something that's innovative in their industry, or just had a really cool story, and we're helping them create a book, helping them share their stories, passion, and knowledge through the Forbes platform. And then they also have the ability to have access to that platform. Forbes reaches about 94 million people on a monthly basis, and they've got access as contributors, being featured in the magazine, being featured on webinars. And by doing this, our goal and our focus for many of our authors and experts is to really help build, again, affinity and trust and credibility towards their target audience through the Forbes platform.
Okay, is that leading up to the power of authority building? I mean, can you open that one for us and break it down?
Yeah, power of authority building, it's been happening for years, whether you know it or not. It's happening through many, many different industries. I mean, Donald Trump obviously is a perfect example, and what he's done with his business and his personal brand, to Steve Jobs, to Fisher Investments, to Susie Orman. Regardless of how you think about these people, whether you agree with what they do or how they do it, they're very effective in building personal brands, and they understand, again, the adage that people buy people, right? Mm-hmm. And you're not for everybody, but you're for somebody. So if you look at all those, especially Susie Orman, she's focused on a certain niche, a certain target audience, and then creating a book, creating opportunities to attract that audience through authority marketing.
Okay. That being said, there has to be an implementation of, okay, this is authority marketing, but you've got to get the message to the people you don't know yet to keep growing your business. Walk me through that.
Absolutely. So foundationally, for authority marketing to work, Michael, very simply what you need first and foremost is credibility. And credibility in your target audience's eyes, not necessarily your eyes. So, for example, in the financial advising industry, right, CFP is a credible source in the industry. Now, that may be somewhat credible to your target audience, but what are other ways that you build that, right? Many places, it's media logos, right, being featured on Forbes or CNBC, right, or, as I discussed, doing a book, right, having a TV show. Depending on your target audience and your focus, the first most important thing, and again, for most of the people we're working with, it's creating a book or creating some type of asset that helps build that credibility. And then secondary, after that, we want to create a systematic approach to continue to reach that target audience. Many of people, that's PR campaigns, that may be social media, that may be online marketing to do that. and then also offline. So speaking engagements, center of influence marketing, referral marketing, things of that nature. But again, what we have found is we're focused more on the person versus the company or the individual.
Got it. Okay. You previously mentioned that you help people write books because everybody has a story in them, but not everybody knows how to get that story out and then get it pervasive, make it to the point where everybody says, "Oh, that's cool. I want to get my hands on that." That's what you're doing. How, in the time remaining, what are the processes that somebody needs to think about and go through, and where do they find? Obviously, they find you in the guidance, but take us down that road.
Yeah, regardless of working with us or anybody else, I mean, I think the key, Michael, is, what I have found in working with, at this point, our firm has probably worked with 1,800 entrepreneurs, CEOs over the last 12 years. And I have found that most of those entrepreneurs don't have one book in them. They have multiple books. Now, regardless of them knowing that or not is a different story, right? As you said, taking that information out. And the biggest thing I would say is it's simply a conversation, right? Mm-hmm. What I typically do to pull a lot of that information out is an introductory call with myself to vet a couple things. And if there's something there, I will pair them with a top ghostwriter, really to interview them for 90 minutes. And typically, it's based on their industry or focus, right? If we're talking about the financial industry, I've got somebody that's worked with a lot of advisors or venture capitalists or CPAs or whatever it may be. And they're interviewing them and understanding their concept, understanding the target audience. And the main goal is really to create a 6 to 10 page outline. It's very similar to building a custom home, right? If you're building a custom book. You wouldn't hire a general contractor, tell them your ideas, and then have them go build. You'd hire an architect to create a blueprint. That is the most important step, right? We hire the architect or the ghostwriter to create the outline or the blueprint of the book. And really what we're trying to do is marry two different things. What I call emotional and rational trust. The emotional trust is about the individual, the story, how they got there, the beliefs that they believe. The rational trust is what they do, right? Effectively how they serve their target audience. What is their mission-driven business? How do they impact others? And marrying those two together. And really, it's not as complicated as you would think, Michael. It's point out information that if you met a new person that just said, "Hey, Michael, I want to have coffee with you and I want to learn more about what you do. Tell me about yourself," and ask those questions, then we're able to pull a format for the book.
Got it. Harper, I do. I could go on like this for a while, but we're out of time. Thank you for being a guest on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate your time.
My pleasure. Harper Tucker, Forbes Books, ForbesBooks.com. You've been listening to CEO Money, the segment brought to you by Tycon Partners. Thanks for listening. We'll be back with more content tomorrow.